let's talk about what happened at CES. Ah. Yeah. Okay, so you guys know how much I love CES. Well, maybe you do. I freaking love CES. I have dreamed of going to CES ever since I was not a little kid, probably in my early 20s when I found out that CES exists. So CES is like, it's called Consumer Electronics Show, and it's humongous. It is across several buildings. Like everybody that went was walking 10 miles every single day. And yeah, so everyone was walking like 10 miles every single day, and it was just, it's huge. And you can only go if you work in the tech industry professionally. So it's not open to anybody in the public. So I've been wanting to go for forever. And the first time I got to go was last year. I got to go under VR with Jasmine. And the only reason I qualified as media is because I made a TikTok and one of my TikToks did well. And so then I qualified. Otherwise, I would not have counted as media. Yeah, so I went to CES this year and like I mean, I'm sure y'all have seen if you're on Twitter or literally anywhere on the internet that has like VR content creators, CES was freaking crazy. There was just so much technology. It was like so much VR technology. And I think none of us was expecting that at all, like at all. Because I would have brought more comfortable shoes if I knew how much I had to walk to get from like one place to another. Like literally, oh my gosh, how do I explain this? It was so freaking much VR technology that you just had no time. It was like I had to pick. I was like, I can either do this or I can do this. I can't do all of these things. Like isn't that stupid? Like isn't that crazy? Like you could have that much VR technology that you just don't have time. And I was there for 5 days. 5 freaking days. Full days, by the way. Starting in the morning. Well, not full days, I guess. Starting from the morning until like I think 4 or 5 p.m. is when they closed. So that's a pretty full day. You're really hoping to that you can go to see. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's so good. So obviously, some of the stuff that were came out that everyone was expecting to be there was like Pimax Crystal, PSVR 2, and like some people were definitely expecting like were thinking that maybe like HTC would be doing something, so the XR Elite. But some other things that no one thought about was that like freaking Razer. You guys know who Razer is, right? That gaming like company that makes gaming accessories. Like nobody knew that this was going to happen. We were all shooketh. So I got to go to their. I mean, obviously, I walked to their booth, and like so I went to their booth and I was like, "Hi, I'm a VR creator, and like, I mean, these people, Razer. Okay, you know who Razer is, right? Let me just like, I don't have to show you, do I? Oh boy, let me find some photos online. Okay, here, this is my very professional stream photo that we're gonna show. Yeah. Okay. So you know who Razer is, right? And like clearly they're like a huge gaming periphery company. And so like they're probably used to working with like the biggest create like gamers, like definitely like hundreds of Ks of followers and subscribers and stuff. And here's little me. I'm like I walk up to them and I'm like, "Hi, is this the new Quest 2 headset strap that you guys made?" Let me show you. Quest 2 head strap. It was like I swear I have photos. I was so unprepared for a stream. So you guys will just have to listen to my story and imagine it in your brains. And then maybe I'll post some photos on Discord later. Or yeah, I was gonna or maybe I'll post some on YouTube community. But anyway, so I go up to them, they have like a little display case and there's like a Quest 2 on there with like this new headset strap that they made, right? And then I'm like, "Hi, excuse me, is this is this your new like Quest 2 headset strap?" And they were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Is there any way I can get this like out of the case so I can film it?" And they were like, "Oh, well, you can't get it out of the case, but we could have another one in the back." So then the guy gives it to me, and he wasn't as like approachable as I'm making him seem. I think he was like not really interested in talking to people. He wasn't really like working the booth. So he gave me one, and so then I like had my camera person like filming me, and I was like, this is the new Razer, blah, 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 blah. And I have all this footage. And so about like 2 seconds into me talking about like, you know, on camera, he looks at me, looks at my name tag, and he's just like, come with me. And so then he opens this like back door and like takes me to the back door where there's like apparently freaking private demos of everything with like some famous people. Um, there's even free coffee there and like couches and like green lighting. I have it actually in the CES video a little bit, like very, very little bit. Where is it? Here? Yeah, here. So this is outside in the public, so you can see it's like a display. But if you look here, this is in a back room that they took me to, and there's the coffee in the little corner. I know I got taken to a back room. I cannot tell you. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot. In my brain, I was just like, I cannot believe that I'm getting special treatment from Razer. This is freaking crazy because they're literally working with gamers that are like way, way bigger than I am. So that was cool. And then the guy, I swear to you, I think he was just being nice, but he was like, he was just like, oh, VR with Jasmine. I'm familiar with you. I was actually talking to our VR PR people, VR public relations people about like contacting you. And he was like, let me get your card and I'll like make sure to hand it over to them and stuff. And I promise you, I don't think he knew me. I think he was just saying this to like, you know, be polite. So yeah, Razer making head straps like it's freaking crazy. Hold on, I was like so into my story, I forgot to look at the chat. They had the Hydro controller with, oh, you mean from Shiftall? Yes. Walking up to the Razer's edge. I'm gonna have to mug a content creator to get a pass. Aw, Bluebell. I think this head strap is slowly hard to compete. Still a pretty big deal that Razer is paying attention. Exactly. That's exactly my point, Brian. And also, the interesting thing about this head strap is it's super, super like light. And I don't think that they like, I mean, honestly, it's freaking Razer. They don't care about like Bobo VR or Kiwi. Do you think that anyone who's not in the VR industry, in the VR market yet, like anyone who doesn't own a VR headset, has no freaking idea who Bobo VR is or Kiwi? And so when they buy a headset and then they're like looking up stuff, you know, Razer has like marketing money. Right, so you see like that they have marketing money, and so I bet you if you start googling like headset strap, like Razer, once they put like once this is out in the market and they start marketing this is what's going to come out. So I don't care that like Bobo VR or Kiwi is already popular. They don't have the ka-ching to you know out market Razer. And yes, exactly what Brian said. The interesting thing is the fact that Razer just cares about the VR market, which means that VR is being taken seriously by the gaming market. And this brings me to my next point, PSVR 2. Aww, Quest head caps. Oh, that would be cute. I never even thought about that because my hair's so straight. Let me drink some water. I'm just so hyped. I'm so excited. I'm like, I am pumped. Are you all pumped? I'm so pumped. I'm like so excited about like this year. Whew, this year is gonna be so good for the VR industry. I'm like, ugh, we needed it. Last year was like a dry spell. Oh, no, I didn't know about Hydra. Okay, so which brings me to my next point. Now, I did not care at all. Like, I did not care at all about PSVR 2. And not because I don't think PSVR 2 is a good headset or anything. I just didn't care because I don't have a PS5 and I don't really want to buy a PS5. Like, that's just money I don't have right now. So, I just, yeah, it was just not something on my radar. And the only reason that I'm now like, ugh, shoot, I think I need to get a PSVR 2 is because I got to try it. And it's not necessarily that the PSVR 2 like is like much better in graphical quality. Like, let me rephrase that. Compared to the Quest 2, yes. Todd, oh my gosh, thank you. That's so nice of you. Also, hi, I did see your message and then I like got so distracted with my story. Hi, Todd. So, really glad the HTC Don't forget to like and subscribe. You're so funny, Bluebell. I'm glad that HEC is back in the consumer space. Oh gosh, I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's start. Okay. So compared to the Quest 2, like obviously like PSVR 2 is like, much better in graphics and all that stuff, and comfort and like a bunch of other like, all the things that you would think it's better at, it is better than the Quest 2 at. But that's not really what wowed me about the PSVR 2, and the only reason that wasn't the part that wowed me is because literally every single headset, the XR Elite, Pimax Crystal, were there other ones that I tried? Oh my gosh, my memory is so bad now. But those are the ones that, as like off the top of my head, like the Pimax Crystal and the XR Elite were both phenomenal. Looks amazing, looks fantastic. And so when you compare against like those two headsets, but also against my Quest Pro, which is what I've been using as my daily driver since I got it in October. So when you compare against those headsets, like I don't really like think that there's like a huge difference in the graphic quality, because I think they're all really good quality. Although I will say the Pimax Crystal tops the chart on graphics. Like we'll get into it, but no contest. um oh yeah, I did try the Shiftal Magnex and Anja lens. I did try those things, not on the same page. Thank you, Bluebell. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys are you're so kind. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. I don't like console gaming, but I only got into Sony because of VR. Oh, that's interesting. Um, right, exactly, right, Kaden. Because it's running off of the PS5, so of course it's gonna be better. Exactly. So, okay, now to my point. The reason that I was so like wowed by the PSVR 2 was because of the demo I tried. It was the Horizon Call of the no Horizon Mountain something. Anyway, it's part of the Horizon Dawn series. I know it doesn't make sense, right? But I'm saying like, I my daily driver has been the Quest Pro, and compared to that, like graphics about the same. And yeah, so when I tried the demo for Horizon, man, oh man, I was speechless. I was How to explain to everybody here. So, when we think of like really good games, like of course I've always loved the Red Matter series, and to me that's a very high quality game. Um and like Half-Life Alyx is a really high quality game. Um but yeah, the Horizon demo that I did was like up here. Like it made me realize that every single VR game I have played up until this point has not, I don't know how to explain it, um has just been a shadow of what VR games could actually be. Call of the Mountain, there we go. Um yeah, so some of the things that were happening during this demo was like, I mean, obviously graphics are phenomenal, but because like the PSVR 2 has the haptics in the forehead, and like there's really like good haptics like on the controllers, like literally when you would have the boat would shake because there'd be the animals or whatever that would like walk past it, and all of a sudden everything would rumble, and you don't get that level of detail in VR games right now. Like I can't think of a single VR game that during a cutscene my controllers rumbled because, well, my controllers and the headset rumbled because of like some animal walking by. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Pfizer, you were just taking all the words out of my mouth today. Yes, has been like more indie like. And nothing against the games that I played now, because obviously like I freaking love all the games that I've been playing, but it's just like that is what I think the biggest thing that PSVR 2 has against all the other headsets is if all the games or most of the games that they have on their headset is going to be that level of quality, like it's Dunzo. This it's going to be the gaming headset. because it was so good. Do you think the PSVR 2 would have like a app lab type system like the Quest 2? I have no idea. That would be a very interesting concept, right? I don't play. The last time I played PlayStation was like in 2000 and like one. I want to say maybe 2004. It's been a long time since I played PlayStation, so I have no idea what that ecosystem looks like. PSVR 2 will push Quest and Quest 3 will push PSVR 2. What do you mean Quest 3 will push PSVR 2? Hi, Alakazam. Yeah, that would be interesting because I do think that App Lab is very beneficial to the Quest ecosystem. Mm, not only because it expands the library, but also there's a lot of free games on App Lab, and I know a lot of people like don't have as much funds to be paying for every single game. So it's nice to have the option to have all these like free games. Sony has a pretty tight QoS testing requirements. I hope PSVR 2 has a social app like Home. Social is a massive part of VR and a daily driver for so many. Very true. Oh, help each other get better. Yeah, and okay. Let me continue on with the other thoughts that I have. Okay, so the Pimax was amazing. I said this in my CES coverage video, but the crystal, like, I'm gonna tell you, I tried the crystal on my very last day and I was exhausted. I was like so tired, especially because we threw the biggest VR party, me, Skiva, and Eric, so our Impact Reality company, threw like the biggest industry party. Hold up. I actually need to show you this. I need to like pause for a second and show you this. In case you guys don't follow me on Twitter, because I don't think you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. When I say we threw the biggest industry party, I'm not playing. We threw the biggest industry party at CES, and Palmer freaking Lucky showed up. That's me. I mean, I'm really tiny. That's me. Next to all these tall ass people, and there's Palmer Lucky, and there's Eric, and there's Skiva. So when I say that we threw the biggest party, I'm not even joking. But yeah, so we threw like that big party the night before, and so I was really tired on the last day. Did you all know we did not line up shortest to tallest on purpose? It just happens. He was so nice. Oh my gosh, he was so nice. I did not expect him. So he was just like, yay. He was like, oh, thanks. This is so exciting that y'all are keeping the VR dream alive and blah blah blah. No, I should have asked him. No, I was very what's the word? Inebriated. What is the word? In something inebriated. Take that what you will. But inebriated. Is that the word? Is that how you spell it? No, corporate zombie, not the D word. We were inebriated. Inebriated. Oh boy. That party was great. Actually, I think either tomorrow on the Q2C podcast or on the Between Realities podcast on Friday, one of those two podcasts, we're going to inebriated. Okay, well, you guys know what I'm talking about. Let's just move past this, okay? Anyway, so either tomorrow on the Q2C podcast or on Friday on the Between Realities podcast, I'm not sure which, we're showing a video of that party. Literally insane. It was like everybody was there. Like Thrill, Fia, Genghis, Techman, J-Brat, me, Palmer Lucky, like the business developer for B Haptics. The HTC president showed up. I'm not kidding. There's photos. Apparently, he was there. I've seen photos, but obviously, I was too busy being the I word. So I didn't get a chance to talk to him. Uh, so yeah. Hmm. So yeah, the video will be coming out either tomorrow or Friday. So make sure to tune into those podcasts so you can see for yourself. Anyway, the point is, well, getting back to the point. The point being, the that last day of CES, I was so tired. I was like, I don't care about anything. I was like, screw this. And can you believe it? Can you believe that I was so exhausted that I was like, I don't even care. I don't want to. I was like, do I need to try Pimax? I was like up in arms, and like the guys had to be like, Jasmine, yes, you have to try this. Are you kidding me? And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I guess, because they have couches at their booth, and they also had like double padding on their carpet, so it was like really soft. So I was like, fine, I guess I'll try their headset. Oh my gosh, I was just like laughing because it was terrible. So I tried the Pimax Crystal. Oh my gosh. And it was the last headset I've tried of all these headsets. So just imagine that I've spent the entire 5 days trying a bazillion different like headsets and like accessories and all the stuff that you can imagine. And they're all fantastic. And so that was the very last one. I was tired, and holy smokes. It was dazzling. It was beautiful. If Todd is still here, Todd can tell you, because I was just like, what is my eyes seeing? And I didn't think, like, I've tried the Vario and the Vario Aero, and obviously, like, those are top of the line, amazing. But, oh gosh, Pimax is there. They're there. Like, Pimax is, and Vario is, in terms of the graphic quality. So, So yeah, I haven't paid attention to Pimax much because of all the drama that's been going on with them for the past couple of years of like over promising, under deliver. Um, but I don't know. I think they might really like they did not come out with like or make such an incredible headset. And also, I don't know if you knew this, but like the battery on that crystal is like take it out and switch it. Just don't trust Pimax. I know exactly, but I'm just like, you could not be putting this much money and making this good of a headset and not have a plan. So I'm like, I'm like this. I'm cautious, but I'm hopeful that Pimax is gonna look great. Yes. Just imagine you had pre-ordered HTC XR Elite. Okay, so getting to the HTC XR Elite was also like, it was crazy. It was literally, you try a headset and you're just like blown away by every single one. It was ridiculous. Which also I'm gonna say too, like before it was always like a competition of who's gonna make a good headset. Because before, or like I mean technically still right now because these headsets aren't out yet, but the whole thought process has always been um like who's gonna come out with the next good headset that's gonna make us all like really care about VR. But now what I saw at CES was that all the headsets are freaking good, and it's just a matter of picking one. And so it's no longer going to be a competition between like who makes the best headset. It's going to be who has the best content and has like the best ecosystem. And like how are they lining up to people what people want. So it's like it's crazy because before it was a hardware competition, but now it's going to be a content competition, which also I do plan to do more game reviews because I did that poll on YouTube and I said, what do you guys want to see from me? I said, do you want to see more YouTube or tech reviews, VR tips, or game reviews? And over 50% said game reviews, and I don't even do game reviews on this channel. So we're gonna do more game reviews now. Yes, a more standardized model of VR. Does Crystal use eye tracking? I don't know. I didn't like It's gonna sound so terrible, but it was not okay. Okay, you have to let me just paint the picture for you of when I tried this Pimax demo. Okay, so they have this oh my gosh, okay. So they have their booth in the front, right? They have their booth in the front of the metaverse section. And then there was this other booth next to them that was like a hologram booth. which was really cool looking, but it played the same song on repeat for 5 days straight. And so the guy, I'm not gonna say who his name, but the guy who works at Pimax that was showing me the demo was so miserable. He was like, I have listened to the song on repeat like 8 hours a day for the past 5 days, and he was like, I just want to go home. So he was like kind of like, not feeling the greatest. So I think he could have given me a more thorough like demo, but he kind of just was like, here's the headset, go. So no, I'm sorry, I didn't like check anything. I just looked at it, I tried it, I looked at it, and I was like, oh, this looks fantastic. And then I was like, my feet hurt and I'm tired, I'm gonna go home. Aw, thanks for coming, Peter. I didn't even get to talk to you much at that party. Peter brought his. Does everybody here know Red Slash Ace? By the way, so that's Peter Sassman. He's like the CEO, founder of Haptic Solutions. They made like the Cilia, which is that smelling thing. I made a video about it. A smelling thing, as in like a VR scent thing. Also, Linus Tech Tips covered it on his channel as well. So yeah, so Red Slash Ace at this party that we had, he brought his he's making like a prototype haptic glove. And I guess if you want, Peter, you can share a photo in Discord, maybe in the All Things VR channel of the glove if you want to. And if you have a photo of it with you at the party, that would be even better. So he brought it at the party, and I didn't even get a chance to talk to him at all because I was in inebriated. Oh man. I'd also like old fun DOS games like Day of the Tentacle. Never heard of this game, Arlen. Sounds interesting. Get a full rebuild in first person VR. Most kids today have never even. Yes, okay, but I'm not a kid. I'm very old. So they'd be new to the younger generation. I don't. I don't. The things that are going in my head when I read Day of the Tentacle, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna say anything else. We're done. Oh, they had it turned off at CES. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, does always mean better? What bigger? What did Brand say? I still don't understand why Hymax, instead of making huge headsets. Oh, it's because the FOV is like, it's like, yeah, and Pimax headsets and people with the Pimax headset on always reminds me of like a hammerhead shark. I have a a video of me. Where am I? Oh, you guys, you're all distracting me. So we were talking about still about the HTC XR Elite. You like keep distracting me. Okay, well first let me show you a little video clip of me. Okay, here. Where's my thing? Yeah, see? I told you I used it, but it always reminds me. Do I get a better view? That's the whole view that you get. But yeah, it always reminds me of like a hammerhead shark when someone wears this headset. I absolutely agree. Everything is getting smaller. The Pimax, where? Sorry. Oh, and Pimax is staying obscenely large. Also, Vario is obscenely large as well. So I don't know. Maybe they're in like a different market. So I have found out that a lot of people, that everyone here knows what Vario is, right? I'm not just like saying random words and you're all like, I don't know what you're talking about. um, Sorry, I just feel like everybody is as obsessed with VR as I am. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just like say something so I can recap. Let me bring up this video. All right, so this is my video when I talked about the Vario Arrow. I have video of me playing it. Oh, right, but I'm like all tiny. This is me playing with the arrow. I'm all tiny in this video. Oh, here. Yeah, so the arrow is like also, the Vario is also really big. So, but I did learn that the people who use Vario headsets are mostly designers, like 3D designers, animators, graphic designers, all that stuff. So they might just be like targeting a different market, not specifically only consumers. Where is my chat? I'll share a link to the video. Okay, sounds good. We need more portable headsets like the Oculus Go. Okay, right. So we're gonna go back to the Elite XR because we didn't actually get to talk about it. Pimax were large originally because of the wide FOV, but the Crystal is more of the usual VR FOV. Need more VR. What do you say? Need more headsets that support lighthouse tracking. And yeah, I think so. I really want full body tracking. That is the one thing I've like never ever used. Like I know, right? Shocking. But it's because I've always been using like not always been using, but I primarily use standalone headsets because it's just more convenient for me. And so I've just never tried full body tracking, which is freaking crazy. I'm 43. Day of the Tentacle is an old game. Okay. Quest 3 or the Deckard. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, there's definitely like leaks about the Quest 3, and I'm interested to see what it looks like because we already know that the Quest series is known for being like a cheaper or more affordable headset. So, it could be another really good option. And also the Quest 2 like really changed the VR game. So I'm excited to see if like the Quest 3 is going to be another like game changer in the VR industry or if it's just going to be like, a next iteration. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind on the yeah, a hammerhead shark. Yes, exactly. Okay, so we're on the same page. I feel like Pimax might make a mistake where they put too much into a headset and it won't be as good. Interesting, very interesting thought. Vario Aero and XR3 seem to be similar to the Index, but they're like very forward. Like the Vario Aero and the XR3 are like a brick in front of your face. Like it's super, you know, like like this. I don't know how to use words. It's like this. No, Sony did not have Mo copy. Unfortunately. Sawtooth sharks are spooky. Okay. I've heard about Vario, but haven't seen that much of it. Oh, okay, ban. I do have like a video on YouTube where I like reviewed the Vario Arrow here. Vario video. So you can watch more. And I also live streamed using the Vario Arrow for a couple of my live streams. So if you like scroll through my live streams, just look for one that says Vario Arrow and you can kind of like see me using it. How serious do you think Razer is about entering the accessories game? I think they're, how do I phrase this? I think we will find out once the PSVR 2 comes out. Do you think that the reason um Razer came out with their accessories like this year, like the Quest 2 has been out for like 2+ years. So it doesn't make like logically it does not make sense that Razer came out with these accessories like 2+ years later, right before a next right before we're expecting like another the Quest 3 to come out. I feel like Razer timed this so that to get people to think about how Razer is in the accessories market for VR because they're preparing for PSVR 2 and like Quest 3 and all these other stuff. I think they're just trying to get people to think about them already so that when all these other headsets come out and they come out with accessories for those headsets, no one is surprised. I don't think that they were thinking that they're going to make these like, and also practice, like an experience, right? Because you need to, if you've never made something, a product before in your company, you need to get to, like that, you need to build the entire team. You need to build out that process, that manufacturing process. You got to learn stuff. And so they told me that they actually partnered with a medical device company that works, that makes medical stuff for like headgear and stuff for people with sleep apnea. And that's how they came up with this design. So just like for example like the original Quest one wasn't like the final product. Really, the final product was the Quest 2, and like the Quest Pro isn't like the final product. It's probably whatever the next headset is. And same with like, any tech product that comes out for the first time, like their first thing that they make is not usually like the product. And so I don't think that this is, I don't think Razer was just like, we're gonna make Quest 2 accessories, or like headset straps, and we're gonna be like rich. I don't think they thought that. I think this is just the first step, and they're just trying to learn and grow. Um, oh man, I'm so behind on the chat. Wasn't Sony coming out with trackers? Yeah, that. Yeah, no, they didn't have that there. Any three oh hi Necros Corner. Any three jaw-dropping game for new users? What are you on Steam or Quest, or what are you using? What heads are you using? Hi little man. It's good. Oh man, they've been chatting a lot. Um Front heavy. Yes, Bluebell, thank you. It's a me. It's a me, Vario. Cute. I can imagine Razer gloves. I can imagine Razer gloves. I can. Man, I think we'll need to talk about gloves in like the next stream, because it's like this, it's too much of like talking about a lot of stuff. So we'll definitely like, I want to do my due diligence, because for example, me and Bran have talked about like what we see, like, there's hand tracking now, and there's all these gloves, and like different types of controllers. Even Shift Dog came out with those controllers that flip. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The Shift All controllers that flip. Let me see if I can find a photo. Shift All controllers. So I want to make sure I do due diligence when we talk about this, and that I'm not like rushing through the topic. But yeah, so they came out with these new controllers, and they're like exoskeleton type of controllers, and then you like holding them, doing stuff, and then you like flip it, and you can like grab your like drink, or use hand tracking, or do whatever you want, maybe type on a computer. No finger tracking? Dang, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, the Reverb G2. Okay, let me see. I think one of the best things, what did you say? I think one of the best things that can happen to VR hardware is what Thrill Seeker said in his Ready Player One video. In as much as different VR hardware going forward needs to work together natively. Yes, I also agree with this. You know who does a really good job of this, Arlen, is B Haptics, I think they are probably like the model company for accessory companies, because B Haptics is super proactive. They talk to like every single game that comes out. They're like, how do we do B Haptics integration? And I think they work with like a bunch of different like headsets, and they're really like, they're grinding out there and being like, you have a headset, you have a game, let's make some B Haptics magic. So I agree that they all need to work together, and they should probably be following what B Haptics is doing, as like an example. 3 jaw-dropping games for Quest 2. Okay, everybody. We get a question from Necros. Can you all drop your top 3 games for Quest 2 in chat? Okay. Brand said Red Matter 2, Bone Lab, and Moss Book 2. Moss Book 2? I mean, I get Red Matter 2, and I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but I don't understand Bone Lab. And I was talking to Awake and Toast the other day, and he was just like, you are hurting my feelings. You don't get Bone Lab? And I'm like, I don't get it. I think I probably need to go in there with somebody who gets it, and then they can show me like the Bone Lab magic. Okay, controller rests on the back of your hand, and there's nothing. Oh, true. Talking about glove, will they be able to be used for games like Gorilla Tag, where hands are a big thing? Okay, I'm gonna just touch gloves very lightly, because I want to talk about it in detail in the next stream. But I want to also talk about because we just never talked about the XR Elite. You guys are asking so many questions. You're not giving me, we're not giving HTC Vive their like HTC Vive needs their light. But will gloves be used for games like Gorilla Tag? Yeah, I think so. I mean, simple answer is yeah, at some point that is going to happen because like I don't understand why we have controllers. Controllers are confusing. If we're trying to get a lot of people into VR, why are we even like controllers don't make sense. Um, like I like they just don't make sense. The only reason they make sense right now is because making VR gloves is difficult. It's not like, like we've had controllers for a very long time, so they're a little bit easier to make right now, but that it's not really it doesn't make sense for it to be the input for forever like gloves make sense. It's just that we need to develop the hardware on gloves for it to be cheap enough, good enough, easy enough to use that it becomes like the mainstream thing. Um, so that's the high level thought. Yeah, you're right. Okay, you're right. There are some things where controllers are useful, like Walkabout Mini Golf and Beat Saber and stuff. And, but I'm trying to think. What are like we have to think bigger here. We can't just be like, like well, let's see. So for Walkabout Mini Golf and Beat Saber, you just need like I don't know, like a little like stick or like a little something to hold on to, right? So imagine instead like that you have gloves and then you have like accessories that's like I don't know, a certain shape, like a cylindrical shape, and that can be universally used for like walkabout mini golf or beat saber or whatever, and it just has like some sensors in it or something, so when you're using these gloves and you're holding that like that stick, it just knows that it's whatever, right? Like, why does it have to be a controller? Why can't it be a glove and have whatever you're holding be the accessory? I'm going to talking about wife to get to. I'm talking about getting wife to love VR. What do you mean? Oh, those are the kind of games you're looking for? Oh, Necros, that's so easy. Can you tell me like what kind of stuff she likes? Does she like cute stuff? Does she like social stuff? Does she like puzzle stuff? These are the stuff that I like. So that's why I'm asking in these terms. Um, yeah, that's super. Stuff that women like. Oh, I know this. This is my kind of topic. Um, oh my gosh. Okay, corporate zombie. I have the same exact thing. When they say A, like press A, and you're like, which one is A? Oh my gosh, I've had this exact same thought. I'm like, why is every single button on controllers a circle? It doesn't make sense. Why can't you have a triangle? Why can't you have a diamond? At least then I can feel with my fingers and know which one A is. You just say press the diamond. It's never made sense to me why you would make circle buttons, every button a circle, when you can make it like a different shape. Like, why? Aside from the fact that it's cheaper to make them all the same, like in manufacturing production wise, it's easier to make them all the same shape because you don't have to have like a different tooling for each different shape. And you just, you would just like put the ink on there for the different like labels. But yeah, sure, it makes sense to have, the same circle button with like letters on them for like 2D gaming when you don't have something on your freaking face. But when you have something on your face like VR, why do we have circle buttons? Props to use along with the gloves. Yes. Making haptic gloves that aren't bulk. Yeah. Yes, B haptics gloves aren't that bulky, but they're not the only one. Um, if you watch my gloves video, which I highly recommend everybody here watches, let me find it. Um, I feel like okay, I love technology. You all know this, right? And y'all know that my background's in like mechanical design engineering, and I was like a design engineer for almost 10 years before I quit and became a like a YouTuber. So I'm very like this is why I come up with like design ideas for different hardware. So anyway, I definitely think that you should all watch this gloves video. Let me just send you the link in chat and then also show you what I'm talking about because Behaptics is not the only one that has made thin gloves. Okay, this is oops. Gloves video. Did it send? Okay. There is also this other company. I just gotta find it in this video. Not Sense. Sense Glove is still pretty like bulky, right? So it's not really Sense Glove. This one. It's not really a glove though, but it's an interesting design. Yeah, so they put these like 3 little things that clip around your fingers, and it has like, you can feel textures and stuff. It has like these weird vibrations. Like it's like plates, and they have vibrations to make you feel different textures when you're touching things. But also those plates, even with just this little wrist thingy on your wrist, the they can like, the plates on your fingers can like turn hot or cold really really fast and very responsively. So if you touch something that's cold, all of a sudden your fingers are cold, and if you touch something that's hot, it gets hot really fast. And like has also like finger tracking and stuff. So there's different options. It doesn't have to be a full glove. Like this is an example of a different design that's also like also small form factor, but actually has like a finger tracking built into it, compared to like the Behaptics Tack Glove, which doesn't have tracking built into it. Are there any baking games? Because we have games for every other thing. There's, gosh, not a baking game. It's what was the game that we always play in Discord? Oh man, Bran, you know what game it is. I can't remember what it's called right now. Oh, Cookout VR. There's a cooking game that kind of reminds me of Overcooked. Company came out with gloves that were really thin. Yes, is it the AI Silk one? I also tried that. Well, yeah. I Yes. I just haven't had time to make a video on it. But yes, the AI Silk Glove. Um the electrode one. Yeah, that's also a really thin one that I haven't had a chance to talk about yet. Meta is making their own haptic gloves. Okay, so back on track, everybody. Necro, do you want to join our Discord? I can send you a better like list of games that your wife will probably like. It's just hard for me to like think off the top of my head when I'm trying to like keep up with like all the different topics while trying to stay focused on what we're trying to accomplish in this chat here. Thank you everybody for the recommendations. Okay, so we have, I'm only going to talk about 2 more things, and then I think we'll stop stream and talk about yeah, oh, Lost Recipes is so cute. I love Lost Recipes. It's very like heartwarming. It's super short, super fast game, but very cute. Okay, so we'll talk about 2 things. We'll talk about the Elite XR, and then we'll talk about how Altspace is going away, and then we'll focus on glove stuff next streams. Stop trying to get me to talk about gloves. We're not talking about it in this stream. This was supposed to be a headset chat. Hi Ravi. Hey, good to see you. What's up? Ravi always calls me sister. Says, hey sister. Oh hi, Gutu Fato. Hello from Tablo, Colombia. Cool. I was about to say cool. Very cool. Well, welcome. Did I play Garden of the Sea? I did. I did play Garden of the Sea, and I actually have. There's a link on my YouTube for all the live streams I've done. So Garden of the Sea was one of the games I live streamed, and at the time when I played it, I was thinking, I was pretty like, I was like, I guess this is okay, and I played it. But after about an hour, it gets like really good. So I would say if you push through the first hour of Garden of the Sea, which is like, it's not bad, but it's a little bit slow, it gets much more complicated. Okay, so we're gonna now, wow, look, it's dark out. If you like scroll to the beginning of this live stream to now, look how much you guys have made me talk. It is now dark outside and I need to close my window. Yeah, see exactly, Visor. That's exactly what I thought too. Like, so on Garden of the Sea, you think that you only have one island that you stay on because that's where you start in the beginning. But no, once you fix the boat and start traveling to different islands, it's a whole different game. So yeah, Necros, look at Garden of the Sea. Okay, so now we talk about the XR Elite because I think that they're interesting to talk about. Okay, all right. Yes, exactly. So this is the XR Elite. As you can tell, it is extremely small form factor, right? So when the Flow came out from HTC, everyone was like, "What the heck are you doing?" Because it was like connecting to your mobile and your like phone was supposed to be the controller. Like I actually tried it and I recorded myself trying it and had all this footage and I never made a video on it because I was like, my mom told me if I have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I was just like, I can't. Like I have to bite my tongue. So I didn't make a video on it, but I did not like it. Um, Between friends, I did not like it. So, but I also did think that I was like, this isn't their final product. This is, again, you have to like remember products are like come in phases. The first product that comes out is never the actual true product. If you remember that, then you remember something very important about product design, which again, I spent 10 years of my life doing product design. So, you know, a little bit. Anyway, they now took the technology and learnings that they got from like the XR Elite plus like all their other different VR heads or sorry, from the 5 Flow and all their other headsets and kind of like jammed it into one headset and this is the result. It's super tiny. Like look at this thing. It's like it's like swim goggles. They're so tiny. Graphics look really good. Pass through, like color pass through was good. Like I actually played a pass through demo. Um yeah, and the battery, like everybody says, does swap. I think I have a footage. Come on, get to the swapping. Swappity swap. Wait, there. Look at it. That that is the battery right there. And right before when you saw here, let's play it again one more time. And that, see, okay, it's like really quick. Stop. Uh-oh. Okay, right here, you see how there is those like two, I don't know, little pieces of something that come off. Basically, these can turn into a Vive Flow if you just wanted like the glasses form factor, or they can turn into like a proper VR headset with the battery in the back. And when it's in that like flow state, you just connect it to like an external battery pack. So you just like plug it in and put the battery pack into like in your pocket or something. Yep. I just hope they put a new chip in it. I'm glad that it had a DP. Yeah, so we're seeing like I'm interested. I am very interested. Like everybody here said, between I'm interested about like how we have on one side we have something as small as the XR Elite, and on the other side we have something freaking massive like Pimax. So I'm curious because for example with talk like let's take iPhones for an example. Like iPhones have been like everyone's loving the big max iPhones, like max everything, and then Apple tried something different like I think a year or two ago where they came out with the iPhone mini and those things did not do well at all, and so I think they've discontinued that entire line of like mini. So I'm not saying that the 5 XR Elite is the one that's going to be gone, but it might be like the Pimax overly big sizes or somewhere something here because we're seeing such different like solutions for VR headsets. Somewhere they're gonna go, you know, like one of them's gonna go bye bye, and we're gonna converge into a design that makes sense for most people. How long do you think before? Bluebell. Oh, well, dang. Oops, my bad. I don't know anyone that uses the minis. I use the Max, but again, I do edit a lot of like my TikTok videos and stuff on my phone, so I kind of need the big screen. Oh, okay, bye Visor. Thank you for wow, 2 a.m. Where are you? Goodbye. Thanks for hanging out. Ideas for headsets. An update that generates light at angles that remove the need for corrective lenses. Yeah, that would be interesting. Wait, Arlen. Oh, you're like racking my brain. There was, oh my gosh, wait, which? Oh, I can't remember. One of the headsets I tried had this. I just can't remember which one, but one of them has the little like you turn the dial and that makes it kind of like when you go to like to the eye doctor and they put like they have like little knobby things and then all of a sudden you can see clearly. They have one of the headsets had that. I just gosh darn, I can't remember which one. So yes, Arlen, that does exist. It's new and it's probably going to come out to all the other headsets in the future. Oh yeah, that's the word, diopter. Yes. What brand said? And the XR Elite. Yeah, it might have been the XR Elite. I can't remember for the life of me. See. Hi, Mikey. It was the Elite. Thank you, everybody. I just can't remember. My brain memory is so terrible. Alakazam, you don't follow my TikTok? I am offended. It's the same VR with Jasmine. I actually have way more of a following on TikTok than I do on YouTube, but I don't spend as much time with my TikTok peoples as much as I do with you guys. Like I do live streams on YouTube regularly. I don't on TikTok, which is weird because I have a lot more people following me on TikTok. Okay. And I think oh yeah, I did try the Lynx. The Lynx was interesting. It was so tiny. Also, did you see that Canon has a headset too? Surprise! Canon has a VR headset, and they also have a flippy thing, the same as the Lynx. It's like a flippy headset. Let me pull up photos. Canon, Emreal, and then Lynx. And I met the person who founded like the Lynx headset, and he was really nice. We're friends now on we're now friends on Twitter, I think. All right, let's get some photos going here. Okay, tell me which one is which. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. I'm just putting it out there. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Look, even has the cameras in the front. Oh, it's okay, Bluebell. Thanks, Alakazam. If you don't have TikTok, it's okay. But if you have TikTok, I am offended. All right, I have talked a lot. That was a lot of talking. Oh, yeah. Right, that was the last thing we were going to talk about. Alt space. Rest in peace. Okay, let's do one little Man VR. Yeah, the Canon and the Lynx headset. So Canon Emreal, and Lynx. Lynx. They are doing the same type of headset, but their audience is different. So I tried the Canon one, and the what they're trying to use it for is manufacturing, and so you can like get training on how to like pick stuff up and do stuff in a factory setting, an assembly setting. And then the Lynx one is being used for education and like teaching. So even though they have the same form factor and look and type to their headset, they're going after different markets. So they might both be able to exist because both education and manufacturing are huge industries. And like, sometimes it's better to focus your efforts rather than trying to do everything and then not doing any of them well. You'll be missed by all the 40 people who played your game. No. know. Supposedly Canon wasn't that great. It was whatever's. Like, it wasn't terrible, but yeah, it was whatever's. It was like, I don't have anything to say. And to be honest, I felt this. I feel bad saying this. I felt the same about the Lynx, but I also, it's kind of unfair to compare the Canon and the Lynx against, like, the other headsets that I tried. So yeah, that's how I feel about them. But yeah, so Altspace sadly is gone. So it's interesting that Microsoft, not only the tracking was off, the tracking was like whatever's, like, it wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible. I do remember like a little bit of off tracking, but I didn't think it was like that bad. I just didn't think it was great. It's very like, if I didn't talk about the headset here in great detail, it's because it's not that memorable. um, but yeah, so Microsoft getting rid of Altspace is interesting, and also getting rid of like a lot of their people that are working on the HoloLens. It's interesting because that means that Microsoft doesn't want to be a dominant player in the mixed reality like space anymore. But instead, I have a feeling that they're going to start partnering with a bunch of companies. Because before, just for example, like, there's a lot of computer or what am I? There's a lot of like computer and laptop makers and manufacturers and stuff. But Microsoft, instead of, I mean, of course, they also make their own laptops and stuff. But what they're really making their money on is like the Windows operating system and stuff. So I have a feeling that that is what Microsoft is trying to do now, is back out from being the dominant, like being like, in the forefront, but instead looking to partner with all of the people in the forefront. So instead of like competing with all of the front people, instead they're going to like make deals with all of them and probably be the one who makes the most money. They do? No way. Which one? Another metaverse in mind? Oh, I haven't heard of this. Send me links. Send me links in Discord and I'll like look at it and we can talk about it next time because I'm kind of tired now. I talked a lot. Whew. That was a really good. Thank you all for this like lovely stream and all the chats. Oh, and also all the monies you all send. Thank you for all the donations from people. D 1360 VR mesh for teams. I'll look into it. Someone send me links. Send me links in Discord. And yeah, let's dive into it. And see Meta and Microsoft teaming up. Yeah, exactly. They're already teaming up, but do you think Microsoft will stop there? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm so tired now. Whew. I only have this much energy level, and then I'm like, more WMR headsets, maybe? I don't know, Pine Tree. This is the first time I've seen you in chat, and same with you, D1360. So hi. Thank you for sending messages. I've never seen you all before in here, or at least you might have been lurking. It was a good run. I'll be in Horizon and VR chat and Spatial and Engage. Who uses Spatial and Engage? I've never, I mean, I've tried them, but I don't really spend much time in them. Maybe I'll ask you more about them, Mikey, because I don't know if they're worth trying, but I'm interested in trying if they're worth trying. Using your Lenovo Explorer? That is so precious. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go. We talked about a lot of stuff. Next week, we'll talk about gloves in detail since this whole stream is mostly about my CES experience and headsets. So also join Discord, play Monkey Doo-Doo with us on Tuesday in Discord. Free game. Okay, bye.